Sports fans, what's going on? Patrick over here at Ghost Picks ATS. I think we are live. I do believe we are live. What is going on? It is Kentucky Derby Day, and we are live with a full-on episode. We got everything. So comments are live, so if you want to talk about anything, by all means, we will be chatting about it today. We got the Bucks and the Celtics live. We'll get a little second half play here, depending on how that one ends. We got a player prop coming up in the Warriors and the Grizzlies late night game. We got Kentucky Derby horses. We got a UFC lean. We got it all. So thanks for tuning in. Let's get right on into it. If you're spending this Kentucky Derby Day out drinking, I'll maybe slide up some pics on the slide over here, or type them in on the YouTube thing or on Twitter. Definitely on Twitter. Ghost Picks Nuz. We'll have the Kentucky Derby picks on Twitter. So tune in over there. Let's get right on into it. First things first, go Celtics. Second thing, Kentucky Derby. It's got to be number one today, so we'll get right on into that. That comes up here in about 2 hours' time. Plenty of time to get everything in. I'm not going to give you exactas or anything like that. I'm going to talk about a couple different horses that I like and a couple different horses that I like to fade. It's going to be some top matchups. Actually, I'm going to give you my top matchup of the day. There's a huge issue with Vegas, actually. It's very weird. FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, there's been like over half the sports books do not have matchups for the Kentucky Derby, which is very surprising considering they've got, badminton, snooker, badminton, and damn ping pong they got in there, but they don't have they don't have any matchups for the Kentucky Derby, which is very interesting. So depending how it goes, you can shoot a comment depending on what sports book you have, if they have options, and we'll chat some ponies. With that being said, the way that I think this race goes, now, part of the Kentucky Derby is understanding, you're betting on horses, so it's never an easy thing. But you got to find a strategy or, the way you think the race is going to be run. Using a good bit of history, we can kind of tailor that a little bit. And so out of the gate, horses 1, 2, and 3. Starting on the gate has been a nightmare. Over the last 35 years, only one winner over the last 35 years has come out of the inside track. And for whatever reason, they've done a little tailoring to the gates or whatever. But that is an interesting one to keep in mind. And with Epicenter being like the pretty much favorite right around there with Zandon and Tabia, Epicenter is one I'm actually looking to fade today. Epicenter is, obviously one of the best horses in here, and that is why he is a favorite. But my top matchup of the day will actually be Zandon over Epicenter. I like Zandon quite a bit. He's a long-distance track. I think that the long-distance horses, the ones with the stamina, are going to take this one home today. And mainly because of that 19 horse. If anybody knows anything about horses, they know that Zozos on the outside, it's a young cat, but man, it is a sprinter, and I think it's going to set the pace. So if you look at who sets the pace at the majority of these last Kentucky Derbies, it's been someone from the outside track. Zozo sets up perfectly there. He goes up against a couple long shots on that outside track. So could get out of the gate ahead of everybody, and it's a sprint. It's a sprinter horse through and through. Don't think it's going to make it all the way, but that's kind of how horse racing goes. A horse comes in here, sets the pace, and if the pace is a little too grueling for some of these horses, you'll find these long-distance horses making the run around the outside, and that's when you see them guys, sportsbooks slapping the hell out of their legs. That'll be us today, rooting in some of these long shots coming around the outside. One in particular, funny thing, since 1885, there has only been one winner, or the last winner, for a horse that was only making its third start was in 1885. So Tabia, the 7-1, third favorite, I almost think that reeks. If I was to say that any line reeks today, it would be Tabia, number 12 horse, without a doubt. Looking at some of these numbers of young horses, he's only ran 2 races, the horse, and it's actually won both of them. So big ceiling, big upside. But since 1880 was the last time a horse won in its third start. So For it to be only 7-1 as the third favorite, that is kind of astounding. And I'm gonna take a little sprinkle over there in some exact boxes or something like that. Tabia, I think it could very well run. But given what I said, Sozo's coming off the outside. I think that starts off the race hot. And with that, once that happens, all the long distance horses get a little boost. So a guy like, or a horse like Mo coming off the inside. What's the damn? Mo Dangle. It's a dog of a horse. That was actually my favorite horse coming in, was Mo Dangle. But being on the inside track, number one, it's just not conducive to winning. I've seen it over 35 years. Only one horse on the inside. It's tough. So I like him coming in late, though. Say he gets out of the gate a little slower. He's a late running horse. So give me him to come out, maybe get a little cramped up on the inside, which is what we see every single year pretty much. And Mo Dangle comes around the outside as a late closer. So I like him in kind of like that third position, right behind Charge It. Charge is my horse today. This is the ultimate boomer bust, in my opinion. It's a little longer shot, but Charge It and Cyberknife are the two long shots that I will be going for today. As far as fast and distance, Cyberknife and Charge It are it. I think Charge It has the best chance to win, actually. I really like Charge It. If you look at the favorites of these races, they don't win. Yes, they draw the most money, but over the last 15 years or so, they have not had a consistent rate of winning. So is it worth it to throw it out there? Sure, if you like a horse enough or whatever, or if you just want to ride one. One of the favorites is always in a good position. But shoot, you look at like trainers and jockeys, these things matter. Experience matters. A guy like Epicenter, for Epicenter to be favored, yet out of 23 races, the last 23 races, I think for that trainer, only 4 of them have been places, first, second, or third. When you're talking about those percentages and being a favorite, not a big fan. So give me one of those longer shots, Charge It, Cyberknife, and top matchup. Zandon over Epicenter. Without a doubt, Mo Dangle finished third, fourth, right around there. Fill up those exact boxes with those trifectas. I like any combination of those. Tabia, Cyberknife, Mo Dangle coming up plate number 1, and Charge It. So always bet responsibly. It's horses. It's definitely not my go-to, but it's numbers, it's database. So sure, we're going after it. Just like hockey, 2-0 NHL playoffs. We won today on the Washington Capitals. I don't do any hockey, but we got enough numbers to make great, good insight. Veteran team coming back home. You got Oshie, you've got Ovechkin, you got Kuzi, you got Carlson. Tom Wilson, the enforcer, making his first game back. These things matter, and though I'm not a hockey guy, you can sometimes find a number. So, shoot. With that being said, I need about 10 seconds to grab my computer charger, which is right here. But anything else? I completely forgot here. Brian, what's going on? I forgot to check the comments. Howdy, baby. It's Derby Day. I'll give a cheers to that. Hope everyone's doing all right out there. With no further ado, we will get on into my next pick of the day, and this will come in the Warriors and the Grizzlies. Absolutely love Draymond Green over assist tonight. I think the Warriors, the only danger is if the Warriors shoot 55%, 65%, just something ridiculous. If they come out firing from 3 and just beat the brakes off the Grizzlies, I think that is the only chance that Draymond doesn't hit this over. I take that back. If Draymond could very well get ejected, and then you're shit out of luck. So hopefully Draymond keeps his cool a little bit at home. Probably won't get the can. Maybe get a technical, get the fans fired up. Hopefully not enough to get tossed. But over 6.5 assists. I absolutely love this. And if you are looking for alternate lines or something, I think Draymond Green to have a triple-double today. There's been a lot of bad talk about Draymond around the media, around things. It's been a very, very popular subject. He is a dog, and if there's anyone that will be fueled to grind, play harder, do whatever he has to, it will be Draymond. He will get the minutes. So if you were getting crazy and you got FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, some of these other ones, I like building props around Draymond. I think assists and rebounds would be number one. I think he could easily go for 10 and 10. Maybe not even points, but assists and rebounds. I will be taking both of those, some alternate lines in there. If you're into the same game parlays things, Clay over combined with Draymond overs, I think they are highly correlated. You see, as much as Curry is involved, I think that, Curry's numbers are boosted up, and Curry can do his own thing. It doesn't matter who's there, who's doing what. Everyone could have a bad game, but Curry could have a good game. I think Clay, Draymond, these kind of things are a little more tied, a little higher correlated. So if you do have one of those, I would absolutely target those props there. Clay overs, whether it be rebounds, maybe not assists with Clay, but points, three-pointers, I would be hitting those. When you got a guy that has been struggling from the field, Clay, about 20 attempts a game, but hasn't been striking. He's got his over/under sitting at like 20 points. I like Clay to go over. I think his threes, he's been launching 10 plus a game, so you could go that angle as well. But Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, those two, I think it's going to be tough. They're going to get a lot of minutes, especially that's another one. That was a little point I had over here written down on the side I almost forgot about. Gary Payton's out. Gary Payton's been playing a good amount of minutes. He's a defensive stud. Not quite Pops, but dude gets after it and adds a different little element. Without him, Clay maybe catch a couple more minutes. Draymond maybe catch a couple more minutes as well. Just a process of maybe they go bigger, smaller, doesn't really matter. With one less guy on the bench. And you already, Jordan Poole, Curry, Wiggins is even a slight defensive liability. Those guys are not phenomenal defensively. So Steve Kerr doesn't really want to go too far down on the bench without Gary Payton out. He'll probably keep Draymond in there, keep Clay in there, keep those guys, the core guys, and try to get the minutes out of them. So their numbers over Draymond, specifically assists, rebounds, alternate, the whole shebang. When Draymond goes off, if Draymond goes off, come back here, hit a like, tell your friends. Shoot. I think that about might do it. Don't have too much else here. We got a packed day. If you premium card, if you'd like, tomorrow we're going to have a huge deal. It's going to be one of my cooler ones. NBA player props have absolutely been crushing it. Playoffs have been a little bit up and down, but player props have been phenomenal all the way through. Last night we had James Harden under and had the bloody Sixers team total over. I took that early in the day when they announced Joel Embiid out. Sure enough, he plays even though he was announced out, and that was tied into the team total over. But that is here nor there. Player props have been kicking, so we will have a big promo on that tomorrow. Hopefully Draymond does us right here. Good luck. God bless. Grind on. Let's root in the ponies, baby. I'm out. Peace.